This is the story of Carly. When I was 18 weeks pregnant, the ultrasound revealed a cyst at the baby's back. I ignored this at first because I thought I was always healthy and my first pregnancy went by the book. Bog suggested to seek a second opinion. The findings was spina bifida, wherein the spinal cord didn't form properly. We started researching and this was when we really break down. Some articles say that the baby would only survive a few years or we should expect a baby that will not walk and have a learning disability. We cried. All we asked for, like everyone else, was for our baby to be healthy and normal. I realized that when you are in that situation, you would really bend your knees and pray and scream to heaven and ask God to listen and help you. I started reading The Power of Prayer and would read the Bible more. Maverick would pray with his dad more often. And the first time a pastor prayed for us, for some reason, we had peace. Peace that we had accepted the situation and we accepted that even though our baby may not be able to walk, we would love and raise our child. We pray though that the baby would at least have a beautiful mind.
So since we found out about the baby's condition, we've been seeing doctors and specialists every single week until the delivery. We need to prepare for its delivery, and the first good news was that during a more detailed ultrasound, it showed that the cyst is at the lower portion of the baby's spine. This means that the baby might be able to move her legs and maybe walk. So I believe this gave us the encouragement or the motivation to move forward with this challenge and raise the baby our best way we can. We opted to trust God that He will guide us through this challenge and help us raise this beautiful baby girl. On November 1, 2015, Liza delivered Carly on a holiday. So the cyst ruptured, so Carly was rushed to the ICU immediately. Liza never got the chance to hold her baby and give her the warmth or a hug that a normal mom would usually do in a delivery. In less than 24 hours, Carly had her first surgery to close the opening of her spine. The surgery was a success, and we spent the next 10 days in the hospital in the ICU. We were watching out if her legs can move, and it did. So that gave us some hope. So we went home after 10 days in the hospital.
When Carly was 3 months old, we noticed that her alertness is off and the way she looks is different. That's why we seek a pedia neurologist and had a CT scan and resulted to ventriculitis, which is a very serious infection in the brain. We were confined in the hospital for 7 weeks to treat the infection. But post-brain infection resulted to complex hydrocephalus, which is multiple packets of water in the brain. In a typical hydrocephalus, a patient would need a shunt. A shunt is wherein you drain water from the brain to the tummy. But for complex hydrocephalus, it's a bit more complicated and it requires more experience. That's why we decided to go to San Francisco in July 2016 when we believed that it is more equipped and experienced. But when we got there, it was very challenging for us. We did everything on our own. We did the laundry, cooked the food, take turns taking care of Carly. I was in charge of bathing Carly and Boggs was in charge of cooking the food. And we take turns carrying Carly to sleep. We had difficulty in the hospital because they were not used to self-pay patients because we don't have any insurance. It took us several weeks before we had the surgery. So after 6 weeks, the surgery was a success and we were able to go back home.
A month after we got back from the US, a routine MRI showed that the cysts are back. They're growing again. On October of 2016, we decided to go back to the US for the second surgery. It's deja vu all over again, doing the same procedures, do the same pre-op activities. But this time, we know what to do, and we were there for less than 3 weeks. During this time, late October, it means that Carly will be turning 1 in the US, away from home, away from all the family. But we made sure we found a way to celebrate with some close family friends in the Bay Area. By the time Carly turned 1, she probably had 5 operations already. What is amazing is that she never looks bad. She always looks so good. She looks so healthy. But when you look at her MRIs, it shows a different, complete picture. Her inside her head is a total nightmare. Even the doctors say it's a very complex procedure. Doctors here and doctors abroad. So we thank God for this, that He gave us a healthy baby, healthy looking baby at least. A lot of people say that we are strong. No, I don't think we're strong. It's just that we just face the problems given to us like any family would. So, and a lot of it has to do also with the great support and prayers from our close family, from our friends, even for our random friends that we haven't met for the longest time, who offer kind words of support through Facebook, and even the shortest demand for, let's say, some extra milk or some mittens gets delivered immediately.
After our second trip to the US, we went back to our normal routine with work and family. We even had the chance to spend time in Japan. And last January, we had another routine MRI and reveals that the cysts were getting bigger again. So the problem is back. And that time, we didn't know what to do anymore. We felt resigned because it doesn't end. We told ourselves that we cannot do this every 3 months. So we decided to try the US doctors again, hoping that this will be the last time. For the 3rd time, we flew to US on February 2017. The surgery went well, and afterwards, Carly had never been better. She's alive and bubbly. Her eyes were so round, just like it was before. We were in the US for less than 3 weeks, but the day we got back to Manila, Carly developed a high fever and she had 3 hours of seizure, which was very frightening. There was an infection in her last surgery and she would need another one. So just like exactly a year ago, we were back in the hospital and spent there 8 weeks. We just got out of the hospital last April 15, Easter Sunday. Our journey may sound exhausting. Carly had 9 operations already. Maybe count 20 MRIs and countless incisions. We learned to trust God. He is sovereign over the situation. Ultimately, He is the one who allowed the thorn and is the only one who has the power to remove it. With this, we worry less. We just do what we know best, live each day, and enjoy. The rest is up to God. God's grace helped us endure this journey and gave us strength. God may not provide us a way out, but He will provide us a way through. Plus, of course, we are grateful for everyone, for all of your prayers and provisions for from our family and friends.
As of this time, we don't know what is next for Carly. We will need to schedule MRIs sometime soon to see what's in her head right now. She does therapy every day, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and she's really progressing very well, and she's really resilient. She can sit by herself now, she can reach things, she can babble more sounds. Even for a year and a half, which is a little bit delayed, that's progress for us. Before planning this party, we had reservations if we should do it or not. Should we wait if Carly gets better? Should we wait until everything's cleared? But when will that be? I don't know, we don't know, the doctors can't tell. So we decided to plan this party, and we decided not to let these roadblocks hinder our kids' progress. We can't let these roadblocks stop us from celebrating milestones of our kids. So we want to give Carly the best upbringing we can. In spite of her imperfections, for us, she's perfect. I can't even ask for anything else. We love Carly. That's it. We appreciate every day that we have. We just take it day by day. The experience has kept us grounded and let us appreciate the small things. A simple Sunday together as a family, we're happy with that. A simple vacation to a beach, we're happy with that. Or a simple family time together, we're happy with that. So we learned to accept the simple things, and that has kept us grounded. So we are still on a journey. We don't know what's next for Carly. We're still monitoring her progress and her development. Please continue to pray for us. We need it to raise Mav and Carly. May God bless us all. So let's see what's next. I hope you're enjoying the party, so we'll see you around.